Hello, I'm going to show you how to do a quantile regression analysis using the ASA computer programs which interface with SPSS and Excel. I've already shown you a video on how to integrate to the program with Excel and SPSS, so I won't go through that. I'll just get the ASA interface up using the methods I've already shown. So I'm going to hit Analyze ASA. I'll click OK on the reminder. And this is the ASA interface. I want to find the folder on Quantile Regression, which is right here. And I'll expand that, and I'm going to do a quantile regression. I indicate I'm from an SPSS data file, and I hit Run Program. And this is the interface that I use. Now the interface, all the instructions for it, if I click the Instructions button, will be shown, and I explains everything on the interface here, but it's pretty straightforward. I just enter in the outcome variable under criterion and then the predictors that I want. In the worked example, I'm predicting the annual salary of professors from how long it's been since they received their PhD. And I can use multiple predictors if I want to, but in this case I'm just going to use one. This is going to do a separate quantile regression for the 25th quantile, the 50th quantile, which is the median, and the 75th quantile. I can change these to be any ones I want to. These are the default values to kind of take lower end of the distribution, the middle, and the upper. But you could use the 10th and the 90th quantile if you want, whatever you want. It's going to calculate confidence intervals, and it'll use 95% confidence intervals as the default. The instructions tell you how missing values are handled. There's no missing data, so it's not a problem. The program has default estimation methods. There are three that are offered. The sandwich estimation is a robust estimator that tends to work very well. I describe it in the primer in more depth, and so that's the default. If you want to use bootstrapping, you can. And then Powell kernel estimation method, which is very effective. That's for the standard errors. For the coefficients, there are two options, and the Berdell-Roberts method is kind of the traditional. Again, the primer goes into those in more depth. Jittering, I'm not going to go into here. Again, I covered that in the primer, and if you need to jitter your outcomes in order to get an effective solution, then that gives you option to do that. So in this case now, I'll just hit calculate, and it'll give me the three regressions. So I hit calculate, and up comes the output. Now the output, I go over in depth in the worked example, so I'm not going to go over it here, but everything is expressed and explained in the worked example. Okay, so I'll go ahead and close everything out. And that's it, pretty straightforward.